Hello and welcome back to the Leeds United FM20 save. Hope you're all doing well today and looking forward to tonight's quarter-final against Ajax. Both legs coming up for you in that one, so hopefully we'll see ourselves get through to the semi-finals, and we're also in the semi-finals of the FA Cup, so 3 games tonight for you to enjoy. We've played very, very well in between episodes, I must say. We've played 4 games and we've won 4 games. We started off after last episode with that 3-0 win against Valencia and the 2-0 loss to Liverpool, which weren't really bad games. We played very well against Valencia, obviously lost to Liverpool, and we had a draw against Chelsea, so we played really well last episode, and we've sort of continued that and playing some, well, not even lesser teams. We played Brighton, who I suppose are a bit of a lesser team. We beat them 4-2 with Renier and Dwight McNeil getting the goals in that one, but a 1-0 win against United was huge, considering that we saw them a couple episodes ago absolutely decimate us, and we have obviously lost the game 3-2 to them. This time, at our place, we kept it a lot more even. We got a very lucky goal. It should have been a draw, really, if I'm honest with you. In fact, it probably should have been a United win with the amount of chances they had, good chances that they had, but we managed to win it 1-0, so 3 points there was fantastic. We did get lucky against Tottenham. One, they were playing a very rotated lineup, and as you can see, we were 2-0 down until the 79th minute, and the final 10 minutes we decided to start scoring some goals, so we got very lucky in that result, I must say, to come back in the FA Cup quarter-final. And then last time out in the Premier League, we beat Blackburn 4-0. Gelhardt with his first ever professional hat-trick, at least for us, as far as I'm aware, and Holodeck got a penalty as well. Very good game, that one. Very good scoreline. Joe Gelhardt up to 15 for the season now, I believe, as well, which is absolutely fantastic for the youngster. And what it means is that we are flying high in the Premier League table right now, sitting in 6th position on 47 points, with a game in hand over Arsenal, who are below us by a point, and a game in hand on in fact, every team pretty much below us, we've got a game in hand on. So if we can win that, we are safely, I would say, in 6th place for a little while. But we're not really talking about the Premier League today. It is the Europa League we need to focus on, and the FA Cup as well. So what's left in the Europa League, obviously, is us versus Ajax, Atletico Madrid versus Seville, Bilbao versus Borussia Dortmund, which we have to pay attention to, because whoever wins that, we might face in the semi-finals should we get there. And then it's Leipzig versus Borussia Mönchengladbach as well. So we've got the kinder side of the draw, I must say. In the FA Cup, it's us versus Man City, and then Everton versus Liverpool. So hopefully we get through that, but Man City surely at this stage will be playing a full strength lineup, so it might be very difficult to beat them. And before we go any further, just want to say a big thank you to you lot as well for your continued support. Again, I'm going to put a target of 250 likes on today's video. Hopefully we can reach that, but I also want to say a special thank you to the newest Patreons. I was in the gym last night, and I got to the gym, did my workout, got out of the gym, checked my emails, and then there's 3 new Patreons that had arrived when I was in the gym, which is absolutely mental. So David Hill, Matt Auger, which I think I'm pronouncing correctly, I may have butchered that completely, I do apologise, and Jamie Coombs, thank you very much for contributing to the Patreon. Massively appreciate that. It's very kind, and your support goes an awful long way. But Jamie has also claimed a person in our latest youth intake. So on the screen right now, this is the latest youth intake, and it's not the worst, it's not the best. It's probably similar to what we've got so far, although they did say this is going to be a terrible youth intake, and in the past they've said we've had like golden generations coming through, and it's very, very similar, I'd say, to ones we've had in the past. So I think we can be pretty happy with it. Either way, Jamie is claiming this chap, the best one in the youth intake. Prince Aka is a centre midfielder. He's got 17 determination, which I'm a big fan of. Got really good mentals as well, and things like free kick taking, passing, tackling technique, all very, very high for a 16-year-old. So you love to see it. Hopefully he's a big player for us in the future. The best thing about it, though, is that Jamie decided that he wants to keep Prince in the name, which is amazing, because I love that sort of Prince in there. So if we go and set his nickname, if he wants us to let us click on it, he's now going to be known as Prince Kwame, which means Saturday apparently in Ghanaian or Swahili or something like that. So I think that's pretty decent. We've got Prince Saturday in the squad. Jamie, thank you for your contribution, massively appreciated, and you love to see it. So let's jump into today's first game against Ajax. Farines does start in goal for us, which you might be a little bit confused by, but of course Van Bommel got injured last episode, and then he wasn't quite fit enough for 2 of the first games, and then basically he got fit again, but Farines has done very, very well, keeping some clean sheets, not conceding many goals, not making mistakes, so we've kept him in the squad for now. So Farines keeps his place with a backline of Oliza, Varane, Todibo and Drama, because Tomiyasu is currently slightly injured. The midfield has changed a little bit. We've got Thomas, Phillips and Barkley in there this time, with McNeil and Holozek on the wings, and Joe Gelhardt, after getting his hat-trick, on 14 goals now, not 12, 14 goals. Pretty good going either way. He starts up front for us today, so fingers crossed we get a big win. So kickoff is upon us here today. This is a big one. 2 legs against Ajax, and we played them in the group stages. We beat them once quite heavily, and then we drew 0-0 with them at their place. But obviously away goals are a big factor in this, so A 0-0 away from home might not suffice this time. We need to score a goal or two just to give us an away goal advantage or something like that. But as half an hour whizzes by in this first leg and there's not been a single highlight so far, I am questioning our attacking intent just a little bit. Now, this is pretty much the same team, actually, that played against Blackburn, beat them 4-0. But we didn't score any of those goals until the second half, I don't think. And Holozek picks up an injury just before the half-time whistle. What is it going to be? Potential foot injury. Not to worry, because Renier can come off the bench. He's also got 14 goals this season from the wing. So he's a great player to bring on. But half-time, nothing happened. It's 0-0. Aggressively, far from pleased from what I've just seen, because I didn't see anything at all. So they needed to pick things up and actually start winning a game as Jordi Alba for Ajax puts the ball in the middle. Farinez collects it nicely there. I do remember now this Ajax side was quite old. I think they've got Cavani up front as well. They've got some very decent players, or at least decent players 5 seasons ago or something like that. It might be a bit different now. But drama coming forward for us as he gets it into Renier. Renier into the area. Renier still on the ball, hits the post, and his second shot goes wide in the end. But a good bit of injection of pace down that right-hand side. Good to see him get on the ball. Hopefully, though, that's just the first of many highlights to come in this second half, as we're going to go a bit more attacking. And I'm going to say, get creative out there. Are we going to go the whole game with just one highlight or something like that? I think what we need to do is get Gelhardt off for Barisic, and let's bring Elena on for Barkley. And hopefully those changes might just give us something in this game. As are we going to have a highlight right now as McNeil coming forward on the ball, surrounded by Ajax players, but gets it to Olizer, who plays it back to Varane. Really should have made something a bit better of that, I think, going forward. But at least Thomas gets it back into Calvin Phillips. Calvin back to Olizer, up to McNeil. McNeil across the box. It's clear, but only as far as Thomas. Thomas shoots from distance, blocked easily, and that's the highlight. Come on, lads. We need to get a goal in this game as we win the ball at the back. McNeil coming forward. Come on, let's swing across into the middle, onto someone's noggin. It's onto Barisic's noggin, and he rises like a salmon and nods that in the back of the net. His 13th goal of the season for the young Croatian. You love to see that, and we needed that goal. That's an important away goal as well. McNeil putting a great ball into the middle, and Bartol just rises higher than everyone else. The keeper, I think, sort of helps it on its way just a little bit, actually. But we're not complaining. We're 1-0 up, and that's exactly what we needed. Let's get creative again. Another goal might kill the tie-off before we even get to the second leg. Come on, boys. I believe in us. As there's 5 minutes left to go in this game, we've dominated the proceedings, as this like we did in the group stage as well, I must say. But this time managed to get the goal away from home, and we finish up the first leg 1-0. You love to see it. So very slight advantage to us, slight advantage to Borussia Dortmund as well, as they win 2-1 away from home to Bilbao. Atletico Madrid beat Sevilla, and RB Leipzig beating Borussia Mönchengladbach. Interesting. Okay, well, the good news for us, is not that Holland's injured for 2 weeks. That's not good at all. We have no games now until the next Ajax one. We don't seem to have any sort of Premier League fixture right now, which is very handy. Very, very handy, actually. We can have a full week of rest before we take on Ajax again, and fingers crossed, get a big result. 1 game away from the semi-finals. 1 game away from the semi-finals. I'm not sure if we're going to have enough about us to be beating Borussia Dortmund, but I know that Dortmund don't have Haaland anymore because he's gone to PSG for a lot of money, which is annoying. So it's very unlikely that we'll be able to bring Haaland back to Leeds at some point. Obviously, they've got Giovanni Reynolds because he still scored for them, but I don't know who else they've got in their team. I know they don't have Sancho because Sancho plays for Chelsea now as well. If they've got Jude Bellingham still, that could be an issue. But again, that's nothing we can... If they've only got one good player, we can get around that. So the Dortmund side might not be as good as we would perceive it to be from how they are in real life. But I'm talking as if we already got to the semi-finals and we're already playing Dortmund in the semi-finals. Dortmund might lose a second leg. They might lose a second leg, and we might lose a second leg as well. So let's not get too carried away. Let's just focus on the right here, right now. Obviously, Holozek has got to come off because he is injured. Which isn't great. So Renier, on you come, and then we'll bring on Nassi. Was he on the bench already? In that case, we will bring on McCalmont. Drama is tired from playing for the under-23s midweek by looks of things, but it's all right because Tommy Atta can come back on for him at right back. So we've improved the squad down this right-hand side a little bit, actually, I must say. And what I might do as well is take Barkley off for Carlos Elena, I think. Let's try that. There's the 3 changes that we're going to make. Let's go with that. So kickoff is upon us here for the second leg. Big fixture today. We hold on to a 1-0 lead. We've got an away goal, although it doesn't really matter too much right now because the Ajax will score 1 and nullify that away goal straight away. So It just gives us a slight advantage. We can draw this game 0-0 and we can go through. But ideally at home, we should be scoring a goal or two, I would say. But in a similar style to the first leg, we're half an hour through, not a single highlight again. But apart from now, as Alenia puts the ball into the middle, Josko can't quite go. It's Joe Gelhardt, sorry, can't quite get his... Josko's not on the pitch. I just love Josko, that's why I'm saying his name. Joe Gelhardt couldn't quite get his head to it. But Thomas on the ball, across to Renier. Renier back to Thomas. Let's build forward down that right-hand side of the pitch as Tomiyasu gets in the area. Tomiyasu to put a ball across. Doesn't need to put the ball across because he's won a penalty. Come on, you love to see it. I think it's Alenia taking the penalty for us because he's always on penalties. And there he goes, steps up, slots it home. You love to see it. 10th of the season for the centre midfielder. What a tally for him. I really thought we'd struggle with goals this season because obviously we sold Rodrigo for a lot of money rather than letting him play this season and then let him go for a free at the end. But Alenia's got 10, Gelhardt's got 14, obviously Renier's got 14 as well. Barisic has got 12, I believe, or 13 goals now. So goals are coming from all over the pitch. And can we grab another one? We can. Joe Gelhardt, 15 for the season now, the club's top scorer. What a moment. So I don't want to speak too soon. But we're 3-0 up on aggregate with 45 minutes to go. What's the worst that could happen? I think we're through, lads. I think this is... Because I can't see us capitulating. It's happened before. I know it has. But another one. It's offside, I believe, actually. I think the linesman's not moved, so it's offside, unfortunately. You hate to see that, but still, I can't see it going wrong. Dortmund are 1-0 up at half-time as well against Bilbao, so looks like we'll be playing Dortmund in the semi-finals. And when we win this as well, will that be 6 games in a row that we've won? That's a good bit of form to be in, particularly when we're heading into the FA Cup semi-final against Manchester City as well. If we can win that as well, that would be absolutely amazing as Renier's shot is blocked. Alenia into Tomiyasu. Tomiyasu across to McNeil. McNeil can't get it in the back of the net. Another goal here would really just finish things off as Quincy Promes can't quite get the ball up to his strike. Edison Cavani. Although Cavani does get the challenge in, and Cavani coming forward, who's so slow. Shots are still very powerful, though Farias can just about push it wide. 30 minutes to go in this game. We'll watch this highlight and then we'll make a couple of changes as Tomiyasu gets it across to Varnia. Varnia gets it across to Olizer. Olizer with so much space to do what he wants. Gets the ball across to Calvin Phillips. I thought we were going to unleash one, and I thought Thomas was as well, but no. Renier shoots instead, saved by the keeper. Okay, changes. McNeil and Renier on the wings, not having the greatest of games. So, let's try something a little different. Gelhardt, McNeil, but Barisic will come on. Renier off, and then bring Elena on there, and then bring Kenneth Taylor on there. I want to try a diamond. We've got 30 minutes to see if it could possibly work, and see if we can get something out of this, because we've got such good goal scorers in the squad, in Barisic and Gelhardt. It would be great to get 2 strikers in the team at the same time, on occasion, as Alenia should have had a shot there, I think, really, but didn't get to that wide instead. Thomas back to Calvin Phillips, because if they can get some goals now, it does show that the diamond might be a way to go, which does sacrifice the wings a little bit and Renier and things like that, but it would be good to sometimes switch to a diamond to give us just a different sort of angle of attack maybe. But if we now concede using the diamond, it might not be so effective as Ajax come close. Thomas on the ball once again in and around their area, and we're trying to put a bit of pressure on this Ajax side as Thomas gets it to Phillips. Phillips across to Tomiyasu. Tomiyasu, go on lad, in the middle. Gelhardt can't quite get there. But Bartol Barisic does somehow. I'm not entirely sure how it got off Bartol. We'll watch the highlight. I thought Taylor had a big shot. I guess it must have hit Bartol Barisic along the way. But 14 for the season now for young Bartol. What a great goal this is going to be. Oh, he just flicks it on, doesn't he? He just flicks it on. What a great goal that was going to be. I mean, what this has shown is that the diamond isn't bad. The diamond is an option for us if we need to switch things up from occasion. You know, if we're not doing well on the wings, we're not scoring goals, we can switch to a diamond and we can get a goal or two, something like that. It does show that maybe we do have other options in our arsenal to attack teams, get goals. It's looking good. And Cavani puts it wide. We've been lucky, to be fair, as well, that Cavani's not quite his shooting boots on this weekend. But there we go. Leeds 3, Ajax 0, 4-0 on aggregate. passionately, a nice victory, well done. We're into the semi-finals and we're taking on Borussia Dortmund, who've got Karim Adeyemi as their striker, who is a blast from the past in around the block. Although we had him when he was like nearly 30. He's now rather young in this. He's 21 years old, scoring lots of goals for Borussia Dortmund, who have got in their ranks. They've got Akanji, Zagadou, Witsel, Jude Bellingham is still there, Giovanni Reina, Adeyemi, Sergio Gomez. They've got a decent team still. They've obviously not got the stars in like a Royce. They've not got Jadon Sancho. They've not got Erling Haaland. Or Royce is still down there actually, but he's 33 years old. Okay, they've still got a very good team. We need to be careful. But even if we do end up losing to Dortmund in the semi-finals, to say we've even got to the semi-finals is massive. Because I didn't think we'd get anywhere near it. Didn't think we'd get anywhere near the semi-finals, and yet we're there. What we do need to do, though, is rest our players for a day because we've got a very quick turnaround before we play the FA Cup semi-final against Man City as well. And we could be getting to a final. It's mad. How much do I want to change the team for this game? I think we might start Bartol for this game to the Gelhardt. I think we'll start Bartol. Josko's still coming back from injury, as is Holozek. Ferro probably deserves to start a game or two. So let's get him on for Todibo. But other than that, I don't want to change anything. So kickoff is upon us here at Wembley Stadium for the FA Cup semi-final. Now Manchester City are a much tougher team than Ajax, I must say. So I'm not expecting a win here, if I'm honest. It'd be nice to get a win, but they are playing a full strength lineup as we sort of. Apart from their keeper, I don't think their keeper's the first choice keeper. He's number 49. And they are, Phil Foden is always number 47. He'll be good in this version of the game. But they've got João Felix, they've got Dybala playing. They've got a very good team as Dybala nearly scores the opening goal of the game. So there could be some slight rotation for Man City. But like De Bruyne is playing as well. I feel like they are playing pretty much a full strength lineup against us. Which means, of course, we need to be at our very best if we want to be beating them and getting ourselves to an FA Cup final. The first FA Cup final that we would have got to in this series. Obviously, we won the Carabao Cup last season. We do very well in the Cups. And, I thought McNeil was about to put us in front there. Puts his header just over the bar. Very unlucky there, son. Tomiyasu coming forward into Reina. Reina back to Bartol Barisic. He plays back out to Tomiyasu rather than shooting. That seemed very strange as Thomas hits the post. We are creating some really good opportunities for ourselves now. But a half-time comes around and it's 0-0. That's not bad, to be fair. Calmly. Show the pundits have been right to back you up. Let's say that. Players seem motivated by it. Let's get one up on Man City. Come on. Very early change there. De Bruyne has come off for Raheem Sterling. Esposito's just come on. They've got such a good bench as well. It's absolutely mental. But we are 65 minutes into the game now. Do we go back to that diamond again? Shall we try it again? Let's try the diamond out again. Okay. Gelhardt, swap those two over. Does Barisic play with... He's got a fairly strong left foot. Gelhardt has got a fairly strong left foot as well. Okay. Or a very strong left foot. Either way, Barisic, his best role, poacher. If we put him as a poacher and Gelhardt as... I guess we could leave him as an attacking forward. That seems fine. And then we'll bring on Kenneth Taylor to swap with Alenia. There we go. Let's try that again. We've got 20 minutes or so to see if a diamond works anything better. We've got two strikers on the pitch who have scored nearly 30 goals between them this season as Oliver into goal. Come on. How's that gone in the back of the net? We don't know, but Marco Varane, what a time to get your first goal of the season. Oliver puts this across. It's headed on and it just sort of bounces along the line and slowly dribbles over the line a little bit. We've gone 1-0 up in the FA Cup semi-final against Man City. João Felix is the threat in the air, apparently. We need to mark him up. Calvin Phillips, corner comes in, cleared. Only as far as Thomas. Oh, come on, boys. I thought we were going to have a shot there. Varnier gets the ball back. Come on, let's not lose it. Let's get forward again. Thomas on the ball into Calvin Phillips. Back to Thomas. Back to Oliver. Come on, let's get across in the middle. Let's get someone's noggin on it. And let's score another goal as Gelhardt can't quite get there. It's Man City on the counter-attack now. João Felix's tackle. Come on. Huge challenge there as Tomiyasu now gets it to Ferro. Back to Thomas. Ferro into Tomiyasu. Back to Thomas. Good triangles at least. Good triangles, boys. Let's get the ball forward though, as that's a great ball forward to Gelhardt. 2-0. 2-0. Come on. What a result we're getting against Man City. Didn't think we'd ever get to a Europa League semi-final, but we have done. Didn't think we'd get past Man City to an FA Cup final, but it looks like we have done. Joe Gelhardt, take a bow. What a composed finish that was past the keeper. And I'm pretty sure that's not their first choice keeper as well, just because of a number. But Man City, he's failed you today. 2 big mistakes from him, really. That's what they were. He should have saved the shots or the header from Varney, and that should have been a save as well from that one-on-one situation, as Gelhardt is through again and gets another one. Wow. We are just turning the style on at the end of games in the FA Cup, like we did against Tottenham off camera. Turn the style on right at the end. This game, Joe Gelhardt up to 17 for this. What an effort that is, by the way. What an effort that is, by the way, from him. And all of a sudden, we've gone from not quite sure if we're going to win the game or not to suddenly 3-0 up. Mad. Absolutely mad. We've got an FA Cup final coming up this season, and we're going to play against either Liverpool or Everton. I don't think they've played their game yet, but Liverpool or Everton are in the other semi-final. And of course, if it's Liverpool, then we're not winning the final because Liverpool are ridiculously good. But if it's Everton, we've got a good shout of winning it, I must say. And I think the referee should be blowing his whistle any second now, unless Gelhardt can get a fourth. He can't get a fourth. That is the full-time whistle. Leeds 3, Man City 0. And so for the second season in a row, we've made a domestic cup final. Huge from the boys. In Liverpool. Oh, it's Liverpool. Okay. Well, it was nice. It was nice to get to the final. Liverpool are just a different beast at the moment in this game. I didn't realise they'd already played Everton and beaten them. How many goals did they beat Everton by? Let's just double check this. 3-1. I mean, they've lost 1 game all season to Arsenal in the league. It's a lot of green. Apart from 1 loss to Real Madrid. Real Madrid and Arsenal, the only teams to beat them this season. We'll give it a good shot, but I can't promise a win because that is going to be a very difficult game. Next episode, though, we've got 2 very difficult games coming up. We've got Borussia Dortmund across both legs of the Europa League semi-final. We'll probably end up doing like a Watford and a Bournemouth sort of quick, brief highlights of those games and then play these 2 games as the major ones. So not long to go until next episode. Join me tomorrow for the semi-final. And imagine if we win that. Imagine if we oh my God, if we win that and we win the final, we're in the Champions League next season. I've just realised. Oh my. This is a big episode tomorrow. All right, well, thank you ever so much for watching today's episode. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. And of course, if you have done, please drop a like on the video for me. Would massively appreciate it, as it really helps push the channel out in the YouTube algorithm and things like that. If you're not already subscribed, press that subscribe button. Would massively appreciate it. And I think that's everything that I need to say. So thank you very much. I'll see you tomorrow. Have a wonderful evening. Goodbye.